Hello, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us today. Today's topic is going to be Email Marketing 101. And as always, we encourage you to comment or chat any questions that you might have. Since this is a pre-recorded live stream, you can just send those in at any time and we will be on standby to answer them as they come through. And also, of course, if you're watching this after it has gone live, again, still feel free to chat, comment any questions that you have, or of course, you can always just reach out to us too. We're more than eager to help you. So what do we mean when we say email marketing? Well, basically, we're talking about sending mass emails. And these are emails that are sent to groups of people where each person gets their own individual email. So this means that they can have their personal information merged into the email templates that they receive, so it'll greet them by first name, or you can also merge any other information in that you have on those contacts into those email templates. And so this is totally different from, say, sending an email where you are CCing or BCCing a bunch of people on it. So the two essential components that you have in mass emails are ultimately going to be the contact list and the email template itself. And so we're going to go over the entire workflow here today, but just note that there's a lot to cover here. We're really not going to be able to go into the nitty-gritty of each and every individual detail. The goal really is to give you an idea of that start to finish workflow and how VibeCloud supports your marketing and sales efforts as you send these kinds of emails. So we're going to be talking about everything from the import to creating those contact lists, to creating your email templates, to what happens, well, how to send, and also what happens and how to monitor, that after the fact, those analytics in the system. Of course, if you have more detailed questions, send them in. We're eager to help. We also probably are going to have more resources coming too that talk about some of those more fine details too. So you might be able to find those in the Help Center as well, or you can ask our AI bot too. And yeah, so let me show you how you can go about doing this. So I'm going to share my screen. First of all, actually, I want to show you really quickly, just to minimize how many times I need to jump back and forth between the different screens here. I just want to show you an example of an import file that you could use to import into our system. And the main thing to highlight here is that first and last name are separate. So this is something, some systems have just a name field where they combine first and last. That's definitely one thing to look for when you're going to be importing contacts into the system. And so this is the file that I'm going to be importing. And also note that we got a custom field in here for furniture type as a random example. And that is something I'm actually just going to not bother with importing here. So I just want to highlight that you are able to import files while ignoring columns that maybe aren't necessary. All right, so now I'm going to share my other screen here that actually has VibeCloud in it. Okay, there we go. So here we are on the home/get started screen right here. And we're going to, well, first of all, I want to highlight the fact that we're going to be just living in this little tab right here. So the sidebar is very much geared towards limiting how many times you need to click around and just kind of lets you select what you're doing here. So in this case, we're focusing on communication, and everything that we need will be right here. So right now we're going to be importing, and we're going to be importing a contact list. So let's go over here to contact lists, and we can see our existing contact lists in here, and we're going to be importing this one from scratch. So we're going to hit create, and we're going to select import contacts, And I'm going to drag my file over. Also, please note that you need it to be a CSV. So that's what I was just showing you right there, was a CSV file. Dragging this over. And now I'm going to work from the top down here. So I'm going to give it a name. And we need to make sure that the CSV headers, these are the columns that we were looking at on that file that I was showing you, that they need to be mapped to VibeCloud fields. So I need to help VibeCloud know what that first name column needs to go to. And also you can note that you're able to search for your fields here. You don't have to just scroll because there's a lot to scroll through. I'm just going to search for first, and there we go. That makes it a lot easier when we're doing this. And if you're just sending simple mass emails, chances are you only need maybe first name, last name, and email. You can get away with that. So just because you have more information doesn't mean you necessarily need to import it if it's not something that's important to what you're trying to accomplish here. And you'll see too that the system tries to match these as well as it can. In this case here, actually, I'm just going to when it says drop column, what that means is it's not going to import that column. So we're going to ignore all of those and just import this as it is right now. So we're importing. And you'll see that it is going to be basically instantaneous. If you're importing hundreds or thousands of contacts, it might take a little bit longer, but it generally does happen quite quickly. And let's go back to our communication tab right here. And we're going to go to contact lists again to check out our import here. And something you'll see here too is a breakdown of all contacts versus emailing contacts. And what that means is that these are going to be contacts that are going to be emailable when we hit send. So that, and we'll see right here, like maybe we're wondering, why is only one out of the three emailable? Well, let's click on the contact list name to investigate. And so it's in this drop down here where you'll see the answer to that, where we do indeed have 3 contacts in here. One is active for emailing, one is unsubscribed, and one is bounced. So that's why if I hit send on this, it's not going to send to somebody who's already unsubscribed from me and or somebody who has already bounced. Now, if you're importing for the first time, you might see some bounced people if somebody else in the VibeCloud ecosystem has already tried to email that person and it bounced. Those people will show up as bounced, but you're certainly not going to have anybody who's unsubscribed from you if you've got a fresh account. And you'll also see too that when I clicked into the list, you see the whole breakdown of all the contacts that are in there. You can see all of their information. You can click on their names as well to look at their contact records. So let's go back. Now I want to show you how you can interact with these contact lists. So when you hover over them, you'll see some options that open up on the right side here. And you've also got a checkbox right there. So these are some of the ways that you can interact with your list. Like as you can see right here, we can hit email if we want to send an email to that list. You can hit add contacts to have this open up, or we can browse existing contacts in the system to add them, or we can create a brand new contact and add them that way. And when I click on this, a whole bunch of options open up here, like renaming it, verifying, which if you have verifying capabilities in your account, we certainly encourage you to verify your emails before you hit send. See our help center for a more detailed explanation of that. You can move to other users, create segments, split it 50-50 for an A/B test. And you've also got a delete option there. And you can also select multiple and then hit this and create a segment from those to make a brand new list out of those 2 lists. And you can apply logic to it, like including by engagement or filtering based on contact fields. All right, so now we're going to move over to email templates, which is the other core component of mass emailing. So when we click over here on email, we can go down to templates. And here we'll see our complete library of all email templates that are in our account. And if you're in a multi-user account under Shared with Me, you'll see email templates that have been shared with you. And to create a new account or to create a new email template, you can hit this Create button. And you can enter your internal reference title for this template. The recipients won't see what this is, so you can get very descriptive. And the subject line, which is indeed the email subject line, you are able to edit this later, so you don't need to craft the perfect subject line just because you are making a template. And if you want your template to be viewable as a URL, you can enable template landing page right here. And again, with all of these right here, you can edit them later on. And then you can see right here, a visual showing you that we have two different email template builders. We got drag and drop HTML builder for the more colorful kinds of email templates. I'll be showing you what these look like in a second. Or you've also got the rich text builder, which is for more basic kinds of email templates. Generally, these are the HTML builders are going to be a little bit more marketing first, and the rich text builder is going to be a little bit more sales and operations first. So rather than creating brand new ones right here, we got a couple of examples we can take a look at by just clicking into them. So let's start with the HTML builder. And so this is a drag and drop builder. It's a little bit like making a website if you've ever done that. And here we go. So we do have hundreds of sample templates that you can use that just come out of the box. And this is in fact one of those. So let's actually check that out. So you can see 600 plus sample templates up here. Note too that there are some buttons up here as well that are quite useful, like editing the template details, which is basically what we were just doing, the title, whether there's going to be a landing page or a subject line. And you can edit the landing page details here too, and got a whole bunch of send actions here too, like send test to yourself. But let's click on those sample templates. And in fact, I'm going to go with a different one just to show you how you can switch between these. And there's a good deal of stuff that you can do with these. So we're not going to go into all of the details, but I'll give you the punchlines. Now, also, I highly encourage, if you're struggling with this at all, when you first log in, you're going to see this blue box up here, which links to a detailed walkthrough of this builder. So I certainly recommend checking out the videos there for more detailed walkthrough. But the punchline here is that you've got your blocks over here where you can add an image, add text, a button, which is like a call to action, spacer and video. These are the most commonly used blocks in here. And you've also got structures. So basically these are like adding rows into the template, and you're deciding how many columns you want to have in that particular row. So for instance, if we want to have text and text and an image side by side, you can just kind of drag this over, and as you drag it, you'll see drop here up here. And if you want it to be inserted where you see where it says drop here, you can drop it right there. And you can then add blocks by just dragging and dropping them over into those sections that you've added. So we'll drag an image over, and now we can put an image in here. You'll also see there's some quick buttons on here too, where you can actually add an image, text, or a button without even having to drag something over. So we want text to go in here. You can just click on that, and now suddenly there's text in here. So this is just very simple to add text in there. And if we want to edit something over here, you just want to click on it first, and then on the left side, you'll get options to add things. And in this particular case, it's just automatically loading up images where we can click on add content to browse my computer for images. You can grab stuff from Canva. We got an integration with Pexels for stock images, and content can be shared with you too. And everything that you've already uploaded will be found here too. So I'm going to add a VibeCloud logo in there. And here we go. Now we have image and text side by side. But the punchline here is that you can just click on whatever you want to edit. You'll see options up here on the left, and you can then edit it from there. And just to show you where you can find merge tags really quickly too, if we want to greet somebody by name, we can type it in. We've got merge tags right here. This is where we can grab, like, say, first name or their email or stuff like that. And now when we send this to Jane, it'll say, "Hey, Jane, summer sale." All right, let's save and return to our email templates to check out the rich text editor. So also, you can tell that your template is HTML or rich text based on these logos here and when you hover over them. So as you can see, much more basic. This is how you can send a very text-first kind of an email to somebody. And it is pretty much like drafting something in Outlook or Gmail. But basically, by obviously just typing, you can add text in here, and all the options you're looking for will be found in these buttons. And to add merge tags, you'll find that right there. You've got a whole list of all the merge tags that are in the system, or all the contact fields, basically. And then also you can add attachments as a trackable link right here. So a little bit like a Dropbox link. If you want to insert an image, you need to use this. Please don't copy and paste an image in there. That will break what you're sending if you do copy and paste for an image. And you can add videos in here as well. And links, if you want your links to be trackable, in other words, you get a notification and that engagement is logged. When somebody clicks on a link, then be sure to use this to insert those links. And also, please be careful in general copying and pasting into this. You do need to, if you're going to do copy and paste, you need to paste and either paste it as plain text or merge formatting. Don't just do a plain paste with the formatting that you are copying over, because you probably will have formatting issues when you send it if you do that. In general, though, the best practice, I would say, is just to draft your templates in here and to not copy and paste them. And then at the very bottom here, be sure to hit Save Email Template. It does not auto-save. And you've got Send Test to yourself right here as well. So click that and immediately receive a test send. All right, so now let's talk about how to send your email templates. So you can initiate a mass email send from the email templates page. You can initiate it from the contact lists page, from the mass emails page. There's a lot of entry points that you can take to send your mass emails. And in this case, since we're on this page here for email templates, let's just do it from here. So I'm going to go over here and I'm going to hit send. And we want this to go to a contact list. So to make it a mass email. So I'm going to do that. You can choose your contact list. We're going to go to this big list right here. Note that if you add multiple here, it is going to send duplicates if you have the same person across multiple lists. So when in doubt, either use that segment, like the check multiple and create segment that I showed earlier in your contact lists to combine multiple lists into one. Or if you're sending it from here and you might have duplicates across your lists, hit filter contact lists first, and that will deduplicate your lists when you go to hit send. So I hit preview send. And now from here, we can basically just work from the top down. So we've already got our template chosen. And then we can proofread our subject line. We can proofread our text in here. Note that you're actually able to edit this on the fly if you need to. But this is an opportunity just to do a once over across your list, make sure that everything is looking as expected. And you're then able to either send as an advanced mass email or as a batch mass email. Please note that you do need to be very careful about mass emailing best practices. We do have a video that talks all about this and helping to manage your sender reputation and optimize your deliverability into your contacts inboxes. So we're not going to go into details about that in this particular video, but it is a very important topic, and we encourage all of our customers who haven't already familiarized themselves with best practices to watch that video before they hit send. We have in the Help Center page that we'll be posting this in, there's going to be a link to that video. So be sure to check that out if you haven't already before it's time to hit send on this. And if you've just opened up a fresh account with us and we haven't sent you a confirmation that we have turned on mass emailing for you, then it probably hasn't actually been turned on for you yet. Now, of course, if you've gotten to this screen that we're on here, it has been turned on for you, so you can rest assured there. But yes, it's important to protect your ability to deliver and not be flagged as a source of spam, that you are familiar with how to adhere to best practices. And if you have advanced mass emailing enabled in your account, that is a good way to send a mass email. See our best practices video for how to do that. But in this case right here, without rabbit holing down that topic too much, you're able to click right here. It'll pop up a confirmation that yes, like, are you sure you want to send? You can hit yes if you're ready, and it will start that send for you. You got schedule email here to schedule into the future. Another option here for sending a test to yourself as well, which again, we recommend just sending tests to yourselves in potentially multiple times just to make sure that everything is looking good. So once you've hit send, you'll then be taken to the mass email page, and this is where you can monitor the performance of your mass email. So you'll see a row for every mass email you've sent. You'll have links to check out that email template itself that was sent, the contact list that it was sent to, and all of these columns here have various things that are broken down, like how big the list is, did it deliver to everybody? If not, how many did it deliver to? Opens, which is how many times did somebody open the email itself? Clicks, which would be link clicks. And if you have inbox sync turned on, then you'll see the replies that were sent to you, as well as any issues, which are very important to monitor as well, with those being spam reports, unsubscribes, and bounces. All right, so that's it for today. Hopefully that wasn't too dry. I know there's a lot of stuff to cover in there, and I hope it was helpful for you to get started with sending mass emails using VibeCloud. So like I said at the very beginning, if you have questions about how to do this, we are eager to be available and help you out with getting started with your sending, or also just how to optimize your sending too, if you are feeling like some optimizations could be used there. And so reach out to us if we can help, and I hope you have a lovely rest of your day. Thank you.